Hey guys, it's Erica. Super dressed down video today. I'm not doing my makeup. Um, it's raining outside, which you can probably hear in the background. I'm not sure. But I really wanted to talk about the palette reveal with Shane Dawson yesterday. It was really exciting. I got a lot of things on my mind and just wanted to kind of give a little update before I hop into it. Life is interesting right now. I'm kind of having, I'm really struggling at the moment, and I'm really not sure why. I was out to dinner a little while ago and I was in a great mood and I was so positive about so many things coming up ahead with, things with Shane Dawson and Jeffree Star, but then also, things in my personal life and just things I'm looking forward to and excited about. And then came home and it's just like something snapped, and it's just like, I'm on edge. I'm like, not anxiety, but it's just like, I just feel like, not like danger anxiety, but like, it's just like, I don't know how to describe it. A lot of frustration, snappiness, and just really down. Like, this was not my mood. Even an hour ago. I was so excited even an hour ago. And I've obviously talked about before. If you're new here, you don't know. I've been diagnosed with depression and anxiety, so obviously, this is something that could easily be explained with that. I recently found out that I have PCOS, and it could have something to do with that. So, who knows? But I don't know. There have been a lot of things on my mind, and mostly all good things, but it's just like sometimes just murky stuff comes in, and even stuff that like shouldn't even bother you, but it's just like, just comes out of nowhere, and it's just like, hey, I feel bad about something. Or it can be like one of those things where like you think everything's great and then you start feeling some kind of way and you're like, where did this come from? And you look for an explanation for why you're feeling that way, and so you dredge up all these things that probably had nothing to do with it, because maybe there is no reason. Maybe it is just like depression. Maybe it is just, something like that. But then you make it worse by trying to explain it. I wrote an article probably a year ago about don't try to justify your depression, because that's what happens, is like you feed into it by trying to be like, well, maybe it's because of this, maybe it's because of that, and then you're just like, I feel like you're just feeding it. That's what I feel like I do anyway. So that's where I'm at right now when I'm sitting down to make a video about how excited I am about this palette. So, but this is my channel, and this is my life, and this is about how I feel. So if you're not interested, that's okay. But if you want to know how I feel about this palette, hang out. So first of all, I have up here, let's see if you can see it. This is the website. Look at those photos. I mean, that's crazy. Hold on, wait. That's my favorite. Look at that. That's incredible. I think that's my favorite. I can't stop staring at these photos. They are so beautiful. We've been getting a couple teasers of these photos over the last couple weeks. No, not even that long. It feels like it because this has been sort of coming out and all these teases, and because the series has been coming out and stuff, it kind of feels like, but the photos have been kind of teasing out for the last couple or few days, and it's been getting really exciting. And honestly, I don't think that Shane and Jeffree and the team, I mean, this, obviously Shane and Jeffree are on the, their names are on the palette and everything, but there's a whole team behind them making this happen. And I think that's a beautiful thing that this series shows, is that it takes a village. And Shane and Jeffree have the best village possible working with them. I mean, it's not just, Jeffree snaps his fingers and, what he demands happens. It's like these people come together and like Shane and Jeffree work on a vision, and their team comes together and says, okay, so this is what you're thinking. This is how that can become a reality. And, it's like, it's crazy to actually get to see it and watch it happen. I don't think they could have done it any better way. I went back a couple days ago. I went back and I was watching the first series that they did last year, The Secret World of Jeffree Star, and it was just so emotional watching. I'd seen it before, but still, it was so emotional watching again and seeing that scene where they're sitting in that conference room, and Jeffree just kind of throws out there, you ever think about making a palette? Shane's like, okay, yeah, but like, would anyone buy it? And it's so funny because like I had been watching it leading up to, come here, buddy. I had been watching it leading up to waiting for the part 2 with the palette reveal. And so I had actually watched that scene that day, and so it was like fresh in my mind to get to see that full circle moment, which I think made that part 2 even more emotional and beautiful, where they come into the conference room and it's like, okay, remember when we came in here and just talked about an idea? Well, they're actually out there making your palette right now. And it's like, wait, what? Like, and it's crazy because it's like, you think about it, why is that so emotional for me and for so many millions of other people that are just watching it? We're not there. We don't know Shane and Jeffree. Sure, we watch their videos, but like, we don't know them. Why is this such a big deal? And I think it's because in some ways we really do get to be a part of this journey. We get to watch this journey in real time in some ways, and it makes it so real. The fact that Shane has been out here in YouTube since 2008, correct me if I'm wrong, but Shane's been out here since 2008. Jeffree's been, you know, in the game since MySpace, you know, causing controversies, you know, many controversies since MySpace. Um, and so to see them, to see how much they have built and grown and changed, and it's cool to see, it's cool to watch and sort of get to feel like you're a part of it. It's also really inspiring. It shows you that, you know, anyone can do what they want to do. Anyone can put the hard work in and not give up, and, you know, work their butt off, and one day their time will come if they don't give up. You know, you look at Shane, who he had a very rough childhood. He went through so much. I recently listened to his audiobook, and, you know, you hear about the stuff that he, you know, a lot of the stuff that he went through, and yeah, he tries to put it in a lighthearted way, but I mean, he had a rough time. It's like, wow. I mean, and just the fact that he can put that in such a lighthearted way, everything he went through, I think says something. And so to see him go from all that to, you know, working at that weight loss center and making videos, and then getting fired for making videos, and, you know, now he, you know, started making series where I think at least for me, I won't say what I think is for everybody, because I think everybody can get something different out of pretty much anything. So I'll say for me, the series that Shane puts out, the thing that I get out of it is the fact that I get a new, different perspective on other people that I may have maybe even unknowingly written off just based on reputation. I know I had heard the name Jeffree Star. I know I had. I'm sure if before the Shane series, if you had shown me a picture of Jeffree Star, I would have recognized the picture of, I've seen, I've probably seen his pictures or whatever. But he was associated with controversy, with, oh, he does bad things, oh, he's always, you know, it was negative. So I just, maybe that came from the fact that I came from a very conservative background where, I mean, you know, I still haven't read Harry Potter, so, I mean, it didn't take much for me to not really know you, and for you to be, you know, controversial, bad. So it's just one of those things. I don't remember specifically. I just know there was something not necessarily memorable, but familiar. If that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense. But then Shane does the Jeffree series, and it's interesting because I found Shane, I think, through, I don't even remember exactly how I found Shane, because I was thinking about this earlier today. I think I found him through his conspiracy videos. It was one of those things where I was like, I ran out of conspiracy videos, and I was like, well, I guess gotta watch some of these series videos. And to hold me over until he comes out with another conspiracy video. And I watched the Jeffree series. And it was, I think it was when it was coming out. It wasn't fully out when I watched it. And it was like, well, this isn't the person I thought it was. And again, I didn't really know who I thought Jeffree was. I mean, you know, oh, what's the word? Flamboyant guy that really likes makeup. I don't know. And screaming at people. I don't know. But it was like, hey, this guy's actually like, there's a lot to him. And it was more than just, oh, he's got a soul. Like, I mean, you could say that about most people, and I figured that out a long time ago. But it was like, there's so much about this man that I can relate to. I think that's what, for me, was so sort of hit me. Seeing, obviously, to crazier, maybe crazier is the wrong word, but larger degree, but you know, the way he was treated, for the way that, you know, he looked, the fact that he was different, the way that he was treated for the fact that he was different, the fact that he had such a rough childhood, and again, his, in so many ways, it was his was a different kind of bad than mine, but I mean, for me, I can't imagine. But it's that same thing of just like, he had a rough childhood, came from nothing, and like, look where he is now. And then when he was sitting on that bed talking to Shane, and he shows him all the cuts, well, scars. They're scars now. They're healed scars. I bawled my eyes out, first of all. Because it's like, every time I see stories like that, for me, I feel less alone. Because I know that there's other people. I mean, I remember coming out of the hospital after I admitted myself into the hospital because I had issues with cutting, and I couldn't stop, and I needed help. And when I came out, I mean, people didn't get it. People didn't understand. And like, they try to love you, but like, they don't know how, because they don't. I mean, I had people actually say, I don't understand it. And I mean, I'm like, I get it, I don't either. But it's like, it's one of those things where I'm like, when you're in that moment, it's like, you have to. You can't help it. And so like, when you hear stories about that, where it's like, here's someone else that gets it, that was there, that understands. But now look where they are now. And it's not just about like the fact that he's rich. Like, that's awesome too. But like, the fact, it's more of the fact that like, he turned his life around and he made something of himself. The fact that he had dreams and aspirations, and the fact that he had a shitty childhood and struggled with all these things, it didn't keep him from pursuing his dreams and, making everything, freaking empire. So, ever since seeing that series, I just, I already liked Shane so much, and then I absolutely love Jeffree, and like I said, they're both such, there's no better word than inspirations, and watching them really gives me hope. And if you don't understand that, that's okay. But it really does. And so now with this new series and the way they've put it all together, there's so many levels of the awesomeness that is coming out of it. There's what I've already said, that it's these two guys that one came from so little and have made so much of themselves, and have both turned their lives into something incredible. But then also they're doing something that's never been done before. They're documenting the creation of a makeup collection start to finish. We're getting to see them coming up with names for lipsticks and shadows. We're getting to see them pick out colors. We're getting to see them figure out even like the shape of the palette and everything. It's like every little detail, and it's so much talking about when it's going to come out, making sure that the details of, okay, who else is coming around that time, making sure like it doesn't quite cause issues. There's so much to it, and it's been fascinating, awesome, and exciting. And honestly, if Shane and Jeffree hadn't done the series together before, and if Jeffree had just reached out to Shane, this YouTuber that everyone loved, and was like, hey, you should do a palette, that would have been cool and that would have been successful. It would not have been this. It would not have been this. There's no way this could have been any better. And literally, I really think this is going to be like one of those like things that's going to like go down in history. Like, I know I keep joking that like they're going to break the internet. Like, I guess that might be a little extreme because like the internet's big, but like, they're doing something that's never been done before. They're shaking the entire makeup world and beyond. And they both have an incredible vision. Together, it's indescribable. It was so cool to see in part one how they brought the palettes out, and I even saw the thumbnail where he had that palette up. I even remember looking at it and thinking, I was let down when I saw that thumbnail with like the swirly palette. I was let down. I didn't like that. Um, but it was one of those things where it was like, well, it's the Shane and Jeffree palette. I'll get it. I'll like it. I'll be excited about it. And they pulled them out, and I was like, oh man. And as soon as Shane said it looked Hot Topic, I was like, that's exactly what it is. It is so Hot Topic. And that's not bad. I like Hot Topic. I think Shane likes Hot Topic. You know, and it would have been a cute palette if you're going for like just your standard palette. But like, this is something huge. This is like history in the making. This is freaking the palette of like the ages. This is like the Shane and Jeffree palette. This has to be perfect. And they went back, and I mean they built it up. And like, after seeing the letdown of the first round, I was scared, honestly. I was like, man, I don't know if it's really going to be like what they're making out to be. I was nervous. Oh my gosh. The moment they revealed that palette, shook doesn't even begin to describe. There's no word. I was freaking out. I was in absolute awe. Completely amazed. It's so beautiful. It's perfection. It is absolute perfection. They literally could not have made it any better. They could spend years trying to tweak it. They couldn't make it any better. It's perfect. So, I'm just so excited. The release is Friday. I cannot wait. The beautiful palette, the conspiracy palette, the mini controversy, the whole collection. There's gonna be little pig bags and mirrors, and I'm so excited. I'm so excited for Shane, for Jeffree, for Andrew. By the way, one more thing. I love the fact that from the beginning, Shane has treated Andrew like he's included him so much, and like treated him like, hey, you're like just another member here. Like, and given him really the acknowledgement he deserves. And not in a way that like Shane doesn't do that. Shane does. And I feel like Jeffree acknowledged that, understood that, and like did the same thing. It's like, you know, yeah, this is not only your cameraman, this is your editor, this is your friend, y'all are a partnership, y'all are a package deal, and you know, he needs to be included, he needs to be a part of this. You know, the fact that it's like, you know, when they're looking at shades and different stuff, it's like, you know, he shows Shane and he's like, Andrew, did you see? You know, that I think speaks to character too. And I think that's amazing. So I'm excited. I think the shade names are awesome. I can't wait to get it and look at it and hold it in my hand and try the different colors and stuff and everything. Binks is very excited as well. He can't wait to experience a mini controversy. Anyways, alright, well, that's it for today. Comment down below your thoughts and feelings and opinions. If you have any topics you'd like me to talk about, or questions you'd like me to answer, or thoughts, leave them in the comments below, or find me on Instagram at Unicorn Hair and Lattes. Alright, I'll see you next time. Kisses. Bye.